Christchurch City Holdings Annual Report 2017-18. Raf, would you like to chair this part of the meeting?
Sure. Well, we had this report presented to Finance and Performance. I'll take it as read. Leah's here if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, just the ROE for LPC RAF page 117 being so low, and I know it talks about the strike action, etc., industrial action, but have you got a sense of that being higher in the next financial year? I know they're talking about container volumes, etc., being greater, but what's your sense of that?
Yeah, I mean, they're still working through growth, and don't forget they're still doing big development, so their debt is also will start increasing. They've been in that situation where they've had this cash settlement, so they haven't had interest costs and so forth, so their expenses are going to go up as they start their big projects. Obviously the cruise berth piling and stuff is happening. So in the next year their debt levels will go up, which means they'll have higher costs because they'll have interest to pay on that. So we will continue, we're still working with them, but yes, there is growth as we go through the process, but noting they are got some big development programs in front of them.
Phil?
Thanks, Leah. Just on the Enable report,
Yes.
I just noticed that they've done well and that they've achieved their targets ahead of time, 18 months ahead for their communal network. But I just wondered, did DCL get reports, say, on the number of transgressions where, for example, with the Enable work being done, that some water supply lines were actually hit and needed to be fixed? And anecdotally, that seems to have been quite a few reports to myself. That's all.
Reports in regards to
that when the Enable line was going in,
Yep.
that a number of other services were actually impaired in the process. And I'm just wondering, did Christchurch City Holdings get reports on that and how that's being addressed?
No, we wouldn't have got reports on that, on the basis that it would be operational, so that would be managed by Enable itself. So we dealt with, if we heard issues like that we had, I think it was a year ago, we got feedback that was more things like Enable's just come and built, dug up their thing, and then councils a week later or a month later. So we dealt with all those sorts of things at that high level, but in regards to things what you were talking about, it is an operational thing that the Enable board would look after.
So for that to be addressed, we need to hear from Enable in relation to that.
Yep, I can ask them back. But noting that the build is complete,
yep.
So there would be no more going forward. But I can ask.
But there may well still be some repairs to be done, if the reports I'm getting are correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tim?
Well, I presume it could be released rather than open, but I just guess, looking at CPs and they're looking at construction services and your overall performance, just at some stage to get a really good idea of where they see that going in the future, because we know that the construction industry has tight margins. There are some very good players as well as some very loose players. Just I guess a long strategy or their vision for the future on that.
Sure, I can note on that. One thing you need to remember with the construction side of it is it's more they do it in conjunction with the rest of their business. So if a client wants construction done, they'll do it. They're not necessarily targeting competing with some of the big construction companies.
That's never guaranteed. So, and obviously there are some issues there, and it'd be good to know those, because the vision and the plan in any business plan are relevant, whether it's CityCare or anyone else. The difference between your vision and reality can kind of vary. So just to be good to see how that's going.
Yep, I can get the feedback on that.
I mean, would we get that kind of information when you come and do the briefing for councillors?
I will, yeah, absolutely. Happy to do that, or give some feedback in the next quarterly report, which will be next month. Correct.
Yeah, any other
Good
questions?
Good point, Vicky. AGM is on Friday too, that you're more than welcome to come.
Okay. Right, I'm happy to move the report. Do I have a seconder? Seconded Dion. Put put the motion. All in favour say aye. Aye. Against. That's carried. Thank you, Leah.
Excellent, thank you.